Hello, it is a dark episode for September the 9th, 2022. Well, I have been enjoying watching old movies, and I'm still enjoying watching old movies. And one of the little pleasures of that is, unlike watching a movie today and seeing a star and there being the illusion and you don't know really what the stories are, if you watch a movie from the 30s or the 40s, all the stories have been told. All the dirty stuff has come out that's going to come out. If there's crap that's going to come out, will have come out by now, or just everyone has died, which can make for interesting reads. There's also, you read about an actor and they died of cancer. You read about an actor, they died of cancer. You read about an actor, they died of cancer. You start kind of seeing, heart attack, cancer, heart attack, cancer. It's interesting that just looking at just regular people's lives, Hollywood, regular people's lives, a lot of very rich Republicans who live forever until they, die of cancer. But you also learn shitty stuff about people. And then you have to kind of wrestle with, how are you going to take that? Because the people who watched Clark Gable movies in the day didn't have to deal with the fact that long after the fact, it's come out that he date raped Loretta Young, got her pregnant, she had the child and all that. And finding out that this woman didn't realize that she'd been raped until years later when she learned about date rape. She just thought before that point that it was the woman's duty to kind of fend off guys who came on strong, and it was her fault that she hadn't fended off Clark Gable. No, that was a sexual assault. So there's that. So you have to kind of go like, oh, he is a charming motherfucker, a rogue. That's the character, but you have to kind of deal with the fact that the person behind that was a complete shithead who raped a woman. So there's that. This is in my Constant Bennett watching. I've moved on to a Michael Curtiz film, and wow, it is gorgeously shot. It's like this guy, he made Citizen Kane. He, arguably one of the great American movies of all time. Definitely, probably greatest American studio movie of all time. Probably because I wouldn't consider Citizen Kane a studio movie. I would consider that definitely an Orson Welles, Herman J. Mankiewicz joint. But, yeah, I was reading, and he did a film called The Charge of the Light Brigade, which is the reason why the American Hollywood system had instituted stuff for cruelty against animals, because in The Charge of the Light Brigade, a whole bunch of horses have to look like they've been shot, that they go down. So to get that shot, Curtiz had tripwires used on horses and tripped 125 horses. Of that 125 horses, 25 were either killed instantly or had to be put down because they were so fucking injured afterwards that was basically all you could do. And, this isn't just like, oh, no one at the time knew. The star of the picture, Errol Flynn, who was a horseman, someone who probably actually understood that, horses were these beautiful creatures, tried to fucking deck the asshole, but was pulled off, unfortunately, because really, he should have been beaten the shit up about. And apparently, Flynn was so pissed because Curtiz didn't give a fuck. It was the shot. And he didn't fucking care if he killed all these creatures to get the shot, which, yeah. So, Clark Gable rapist and Michael Curtiz murder of horses, horse murder. Ugh. You know, that's the negative side of watching movies, old movies, is you find out the true stories, and someone who made, you know, great pieces of art, making a really interesting, cool movie I'm watching at the moment, The Unsuspected, really atmospheric, really beautiful, made by a piece of shit. I'm still gonna watch the movie and my thoughts on it, but yeah, you get it definitely is colored by shit like that. And you know, they are complex human beings. Clark Gable, from all accounts, was his black co-stars on Gone with the Wind. He opposed all racial segregationist stuff for the films, for you know, various things. Was actually sounds like he was actually a stand-up guy that way, but also, you know, raped somebody. I've heard that's also come out about someone like Kirk Douglas, who, you know, I've enjoyed in works of you know, raping or possibly, you know, Natalie Wood. So you know, it's one of these things of, I guess you do need to separate art from artist in these situations. If you're going to demand that everyone who in your piece of work, the art that you watch is perfectly morally, you know, pure, you're probably not going to have a lot of art left. And to be honest, maybe that art wouldn't be as interesting, because there's some dark shadings that you need as well. But at the same time, you can call someone a piece of shit, if they, you know, murdered creatures. Yes, not human beings, but murdered creatures to get the shot. Murdered horses to get the shot. That, you know, something that nowadays you would hopefully would just extinguish somebody's career, to be honest, would be my only response to that. It's like, no, never going to watch anything by them again, because I don't want them to benefit from it. Curtiz is long dead, so that's not the case. You know, I probably would watch, you know, and there's all the people who collaborate on that film, so it's not like it's a novelist who's a piece of shit and there's only one, basically, you know, there might be an editor, but it's primarily one artist. It's like, no, it's especially a studio movie. We're talking about, you know, hundreds of people, hundreds of craft people all getting together with acting, set, lighting, cinematography, all of that. It's a much more complicated thing. It's just complicated. It's one of those interesting things you get from getting a wider, older picture, I guess. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.